up, boy?
Welcome in, come meet my Bristol bro. Anything from this to that, my Bristol bro. So nice to introduce my Bristol bro. Anyone from him to her, my Bristol bro. Work with these hands, you see this hard form. Say with your chest, my pen is hardcore. Even at my desk, feel like a star-lord. And it shows how much we give it all for. Now it's time to give them all an encore. Till it's back to the drawing. Welcome in, come meet my Bristol bro. Anything from this to that, my Bristol bro. So nice to introduce my Bristol bro. Anyone from him to her, my Bristol bro.
What's up, everybody? It's that time of the week again. It is Tuesday. That means Sam and I are here, your Bristol bros. What's up, Sam?
I am an alpha male.
You look just like this. When you look in the mirror, it's like that. Look, it matches your color of your wall back there.
It does. Remember
Perfect.
that dude at the last stream? He was like, "Look at this dude. He thinks he's tough with his pink
Oh,
walls."
yeah.
Remember that dude? Clown.
What was that? What was that all about? That was funny. Oh, if you only knew. Oh, we got Yevgeny in the house. Sup, bros? We got our buddy Michael Gardner with us once again. Gonna have all the regulars in here, and somebody who is not a regular in here. We've got our special guest today. Mr. Clayton Rozman is here. What's up, Clayton?
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.
Bro, that's a respectable bookshelf.
Thank you. It's been, oh God, it's probably like a 10-year work in progress, but
Is that the IKEA
it's
special?
it's my pride and joy.
Is that the IKEA cubes?
It's the Walmart knockoff
Walmart,
of the IKEA
okay.
cubes, but
Walmart version.
same concept. Yep.
Noticing a trend though. I'm seeing a lot of DC stuff on there.
Yeah, no, that's the DC shelf behind me is definitely the biggest shelf in the room here.
Okay.
That's always been kind of the home base for me in terms of my reading. That's where I started my reading, everything like that. So that's definitely the largest collection I got, but I got plenty of Image. I got plenty of Dark Horse, plenty of other indies like Vault and Aftershock. And
now, does this go all the way around the room? All these shelves? They're more on the other side of the camera?
It's not floor to ceiling on the other side of the camera. It's like half the wall on the other side of the camera. So
nice.
It's pretty good. I'm pretty proud of it.
Are you a fan of the new DC stuff that's hitting the shelves these days, the absolute stuff?
Oh yeah. I mean, I think DC's been probably the best they've been in quite a long time right now. I think they're really on a great creative streak.
Yeah.
It goes with the Absolute Universe as well as the return of even just their mainline stuff is really doing great right now.
Awesome, man. Well, I always say this, but when I have somebody I know on here, I like to let Sam get some questions in here and there. So I'm going to let Sam grill you a little bit and get to know you, and I'm going to monitor the chat a little bit. Oh, he's even got the Batman cup. Look at that. I'm going with the Autobots today.
There you go. Roll out.
I guess I'm a turtle guy.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
You get.
All right. So I guess just bouncing off of what we were just talking about with DC, with you being a writer and everything like that, why do DC books in terms of like the writing aspect resonate with you more than what? Is that just because like you had like your first exposure to comics was DC, or do you actually have like more of like a creative like insight as to why you enjoyed their books more?
Yeah, I think the first answer for that is those were the first characters that I was exposed to in comics.
Mm.
So, you know, I grew up with Batman the Animated Series and the Justice League Unlimited and that just kind of era of cartoons. And that is what really introduced me to comic books first. So all those characters is what first drew me in. But for the second part of your question, I think I enjoy DC stuff a little more because of the continuity. I can be kind of a continuity nerd sometimes, where I really like to get into the nitty gritties of a character and see what's changed for them in the past 50 years or what hasn't changed. And that kind of storytelling style with the huge multiverse and the timelines and all the creative gosh, I don't know the word.
The je ne sais quoi.
Yeah, the je ne sais quoi. And the kind of the directives that DC kind of goes under, I usually tend to enjoy. That's usually, not always, but that's always kind of been the thing that draws me in. I know that Marvel is, quote, the world outside your window, but I don't think that's necessarily distinct anymore when it comes to comics. I think they're both kind of on middle ground when it comes to something like that.
Is there like certain runs or books that DC had put out that you kind of point to for the type of writing style that you have?
That's a really good question. I'm a really big fan of a lot of Bronze Age DC that I discovered a little more in high school when I started digging back into stuff. So anthologies like the House of Mystery, stories like the Phantom Stranger, the Spectre, Dead Man, a lot of those kind of almost grindhousey horror and gothic horror characters, anthologies. That style I really latched onto pretty quickly, and I think that has bled into a lot of my writing. I kind of just like pulpy stories. I think they're classics for a reason, and I just kind of want to contribute to that with my own spin.
I kind of wish that DC would honestly do more of those style of anthology books like the House of Secrets and things like that a little more like they used to. Yeah. James and I have been like Tower of Shadows is a Marvel book, but that's like something that James and I have been appreciating a lot. It's like why don't companies do this anymore?
Yeah.
No, I wish the big two did more anthologies like that, but you know, there's Creep Show at Image, which I think is really quite good. Hello Darkness at Boom, I've heard really good things about. There's the return of the EC comics published by Oni. That seems to be a really good success for them. So luckily there is some really cool anthologies out there, but there's just nothing with the big two, which I think should change.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they need to mix it up a little bit. It's getting a little stale. When you can look at some of this old stuff that Sam finds all this old stuff and it's like 10 times better than half of what's coming out today. It's like, come on, guys, step up your game, you know?
Yeah. Sometimes I miss a great one and done issue, you know, like we don't get enough of a good one shot anymore. That's kind of a lost art, I think, when a lot of people write for the trade or write for the collected edition. As a writer, you have in mind, oh, once I have these 6 issues done and completed a story, someone can sit down and read it. But not everyone's going to stick through that whole 6 issues. Some circumstances can happen where they miss an issue and then they don't pick it back up. So I think the art of the single issue or the one shot is kind of sorely lacking right now.
Now, when we had Warwick on, you know, he speaks very highly of you. And it was cool to hear that. And I know that's how I found out about him was through you. So how did you guys end up connecting? And was it over your shared love of writing?
It was. Warwick is an awesome guy. We just met through Instagram because he messaged me one day telling me about how he read one of my first short story that ever got published. And that was he was the first person to ever reach out to me and say, hey, I really liked your story. I'm a comic book writer too. And we just started chatting from there. And I'd like to say he's become a really cool friend. We send each other our scripts for just like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And when he started telling me about his Flesh and Steel anthology, I was like, please ask me to write a story, because Sword and Sorcery is right up my alley too. So
you did a little part of that, huh? What artist did you get paired with?
Yeah, the artist is going to be Connor Herbison. So you've had him on the
Connor,
show.
yeah, Connor's awesome.
So I had, got to spread it around with your friends. So I'm really happy that Connor's doing a story with me, and it's been the first time we're going to be doing a story together, and we've been threatening each other for a while to do something. So this will finally be the first time.
Fulfillment granted.
Oh,
Wish fulfilled, right? That's awesome. And you did the Batman short story with Raymar too, which was just killer. The little fanzine. Yeah,
thank you. That same kind of circumstance with Raymar. It's just, we started chatting on Instagram, and I'm in love with his art. He's so good. And we just talked, and one day he was looking for just more practice from a script, and I think I was just kind of the right place, right time, where I said, I'll write you a script. What do you want? And that's how the Batman zine showed up.
Now, we talked about it a little bit on the pod, but any cease and desist letters come from DC on that one? Because it was pretty I feel like they start potentially getting threatened when something's better than a lot of their books, and it's just a fanzine. So nothing, they were cool about it. You just gave it away for free and you were good to go.
I highly doubt it's on their radar. I've given it to a lot of pros, like Scott Snyder has a copy allegedly.
Nice.
Greg Capullo has a copy. A lot of people that have worked for DC that I've met at cons, I've slid a copy to. So nothing's ever come from it. No cease and desists, luckily, but I don't know where they are at the moment. They're all kind of scattered out in the wind.
That's great. Any other future plans to work with Raymar?
Oh yeah. We are going to do a Punisher zine next. That's probably going to be sometime this fall. But we had so much fun together working on the Batman zine that he mentioned doing a Punisher story. And I'm personally not the biggest fan of Punisher. I haven't read that many of his books, but I took that as kind of a really fun challenge to find something I liked about the character and something that I was entertained with.
Yeah, no, it's definitely his favorite character. So
yes,
I'm interested to see with what your twist is.
Yeah, this one, it'll be.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I kind of approached it from kind of a noir detective angle, and the main character of the book won't even be the Punisher. It'll be a detective that is hunting the Punisher.
Oh, cool.
And that was my kind of foray into that world. So, but I told Raymar when I gave him the script, like, go crazy. I know this is your guy. So take a hard swing at it, man. And it's going to be 12 pages. It's going to be really cool.
Oh, nice. Great little portfolio piece for both of you.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Is that just going to be like a little zine that you guys are just going to put together and put out?
Yeah, I think it's going to sort of be the same kind of thing that we did with the Batman zine. So we'll put it together. I lettered the last one, but we'll probably hire a letter for this one just because my lettering could be a little better. But I think we're just going to put it together and print it, and we'll blast it out on Instagram like we did last time. Just say, whoever wants a copy, help us out with shipping, and it's yours.
That's awesome, man. Everybody needs to get on that. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. It's definitely kind of a love for the game, and it reminds you why you like to make comics,
Yeah.
Definitely.
Speaking of making comics, Yellow Moon is on the horizon. You have
Yellow
the
Moon.
pre-launch. You have the pre-launch. I put the link in the chat because that takes them to a Google Docs form where they can fill in their info to be notified. And there's also a bunch of preview pages on there as well.
Yeah. So Yellow Moon has been a long time coming. It is kind of what I'm saying would be my debut comic. It's going to be an 80-page horror Western. Pre-launch is going to be next Tuesday, so a week from today. And I kind of stubbornly wanted to start getting it out into the world a little sooner. So I made this Google form, and if people fill it out, they will get to vote on just a free sticker that'll come with the book if you get it. And yeah, it's going to be a really cool time when that book comes out. Really excited.
And you're working with a pretty killer artist on that.
Yes. The artist is Bruno Letizia. He's out in Italy. We got connected through my editor, Chris Stevens, on the book. You might be familiar with Chris from, he was kind of the mastermind behind the Tyrant Kickstarter recently.
Mm-hmm.
He was the editor on Axe Wielder John from Nick Parada.
Yep.
And then he has an Eisner from Little Nemo. So he's the kind of the guy that put me together with Bruno. And Bruno's work is amazing. I can't speak enough good things about it. It's definitely some of the most beautiful artwork that I've ever seen in a comic. And that's not even me trying to sell my comic. That is just me looking at his art coming in every week and going, holy shit. Like,
Yeah.
This is my comic. Okay. Like, this is
It's
amazing.
killer.
Yeah.
Now, is he coloring it too, or is
is.
God, he's doing it all? It's crazy how
So
the level.
He's definitely busting his butt, and color, I think, is one of his best strengths. Is he's so good with tone and emotion and mood. You know, it just bleeds into every scene that he does.
This has been a long time in the making too, because we talked about it way back when you were first on the pod, which has been quite some time ago now.
Yeah. When we first started talking about it, that's when pages were just starting to come in, and we had basically just put everything together and gotten started. So Yellow Moon, I wrote, I think starting at the end of 2023, and I got it done the beginning of 2025 or so.
Okay.
And after that, I started looking for an editor and an artist and a letterer, and I just really wanted to kind of try to assemble a team this time that would make like the best version that this book could be, really. So we've been rocking and rolling ever since.
Now, last thing for me before I let Sam ask you. Oh, sorry about that. Last thing for me before I let Sam ask you something. How much lead time did you get? Like, is it very far along now, getting pretty close to completion before you guys launch the Kickstarter?
Yeah, we are just over the halfway point in
Okay.
making the comic right now. So yeah,
that's a pretty good.
So I wanted to give a really good head start. Mm-hmm.
Have you done a Kickstarter before?
No, this will be my first Kickstarter. I've backed a lot of them. My editor Chris has been a part of some really big ones, which is helpful to have his experience. And I have a lot of friends like Connor, who's had a Kickstarter, and Warwick, who's had a couple Kickstarters now, and talking with them and kind of picking their brains and kind of trying to figure out, okay, what should I do? What should I not do? Has been really, really helpful in trying to get this thing rolling and get planning with it.
Yeah, Chris Stevens, we had him and Steven on when they were doing the Tyrant stuff. Yeah. So I'm friends with Chris, so we're familiar with them. But yeah, he's definitely something who's good to have in your pocket for sure when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest tip of advice for you, anyways, for somebody who also does Kickstarters, is have that thing done before you do the Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
And reason being is because like you don't want people sitting around for 6+ months waiting for a book and they probably forgot about it to begin with.
Definitely.
And then and plus it's like you don't know what could happen. It's like you guys could be working on a book. Now you have $3,000 from people, and then your artist gets in a car wreck and now he can't draw for 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like it sounds morbid, but those
Totally.
are the kind of things that you have to think about because now you have the responsibility to actually release something that people are
Yeah,
expecting. You know what I
exactly.
mean? But if
Yep.
it's done and you got the money, all you got to do is send it to the printer and ship it, and that's it.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
that's totally true.
We've all
Yeah.
been in that situation too with the Kickstarters. Like, oh, here's this
yeah.
thing that I backed 2 years ago. It just showed up.
Yep. I've been there too. I've been there too. So no, that's really good advice. That is something that we're definitely keeping in mind, and we don't have a hard launch date yet, but we will see when that date will be. But
Yeah, keep
we're not
building that
rushing.
hype.
So
Keep building the hype. Get out there, you know, get on Bristol Bros, get on all the different podcasts, you know.
Yep.
I mean, definitely having him in your corner too, that's a big perk.
Definitely.
You know, having somebody that's experienced it and you know, learned all the ins and outs, and hopefully help you with some of the PR and stuff too, and getting it in front of people's eyes is always helpful.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna be really pushing myself personally just to try to network as much as I can and talk to as many people as I can. I tend to be kind of on the quieter side, so this is also just a really good opportunity for me to go out and meet people and make some new friends and stuff.
Well,
you know,
most creatives, man, are a little more reserved and everything,
Totally.
and we just want to sit in our room and draw or write and don't want to have to interact with people. But when it comes to getting your stuff out there and wanting people to be excited about it, you know, you have to show them why they should be excited about it and that you're excited about it too and all of that. So it's good you're getting out there. And I know anytime you want to come on Nerdy Musings, you want to come on here, just let us know.
Yeah, definitely appreciate it, guys. You guys are
But
out.
I want to know more about your writing process these days, because I know what it was a little bit when we talked before. How is it evolving now that you're further into it and you've got some more projects under your belt?
Yeah. It feels like a lot has changed and a little has changed at the same time, if that makes sense.
Right.
I've definitely noticed I'm a little more confident in what I'm writing, and when I start. When I would first kind of start writing stories, I would write a line on a page, or I'd write a panel. I'd go, "That really? That's it?"
Yeah.
And I would kind of second guess a lot of what I would write. And now I'm not second guessing as much because I'm trusting the process. I'm trusting myself, and you can always go back and change it if you need to. So that's kind of the first thing, is I'm feeling a bit more confident with what I'm putting to paper. The other things that have changed are I'm still writing a lot of drafts, but the changes between drafts are pretty minimal between drafts. So if I'm drafting something and I want to change a scene, I'm probably not putting the whole scene on the cutting room floor and rebuilding it. I'm probably tweaking dialogue. I'm probably tweaking a panel. I'm tweaking some sort of thing inside the scene instead of just scrapping the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, but
at this point too, you've gotten to work with a lot of different artists. So has that kind of changed your approach, or have you learned, you know, because every artist works differently. Some of them like a tighter script, some of them like a little more freedom. Like, have you changed your way that you're presenting the information to them, or are you still handling that the same way?
that sort of depends. Most of the scripts that I'm still writing, I don't know who they're going to yet, because I just haven't thought that far in where the story is or what it's going to be, or if it'll ever, see the light of day. So I don't tend to change a whole lot with my format or how I approach writing a panel description or anything. If I do know who it's going to, like for instance, this time with Raymar, I was a lot more confident just because I knew I was speaking directly to Brunson, right? So I was saying, I would say things like, okay, Brunson, this is what this is going to look like. I think you can envision it. If you see something different, go for it. Really, I want you to take a big swing at this. And I'm more talking to them instead of kind of writing a sterile description that anybody could read. So that's
makes
definitely
sense.
something.
Yeah.
Are you completely like fleshing out like your stories with like your script and dialogue before you're getting like your character designs, or are you kind of like doing basic world building stuff, getting your character designs, and then writing after you see that kind of stuff?
Yeah. So far it's been I've kind of go from start to finish with a plot and a hard script before I give it to an artist. That is starting to change with new stuff that I'm writing. So with the story that Connor and I are going to be doing for Flesh and Steel, both of our lives are crazy right now. And I don't have as much time to sit down and write a full-fledged out script. And I want him to be more involved in the story, and he does too. So this time I'm more writing a hard plot, saying, okay, I think these are the beats that happen between these pages. Here's what act 1, 2, and 3 is. Let's get that plot figured out between both of us. And then he's going to do some character designs and we'll kind of ping pong back and forth.
Yeah, Connor is an interesting cat. We've spitballed back and forth about just spitting out just a batshit comic, you know. So
I could see that, Perry.
Yeah. Actually,
Darby Plunk is
was
a batshit comic.
Yeah, he was on your show, James, and I was like, oh, I'm like this, because obviously it's like you don't have a lot of people like me on your show. You know what I'm saying? So after I saw Connor, I'm like, oh, like
he's up your alley. Yeah, 100%.
So I reached out to him right away, and we've been talking since. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, he's a great guy. He'll be at Heroes Con. I think you will be too. So you guys will have to chat.
Oh yeah, I gotta hit him up.
How about you, Clayton? You gonna be rocking some cons coming up?
I did my first con, 3 weeks ago or so. It's called a Denver Comics and Art Festival. That was my first time doing a con, which was an amazing experience. It was a lot of fun. I got to finally be behind the table talking to people instead of, going up to tables. And that was
nice.
It was a great time. It was really cool. It was heavily just all indie people in Denver. Luckily, Denver has a really healthy comic scene with a lot of really supportive, great people. So that was the first time, and I can't wait to do it again. Fan Expo Denver is this weekend. I'm not going to be tabling, but I got a lot of friends who will be, so I'll be stopping by their tables, showing my support.
Yeah.
But whatever's coming up in the future, I'm going to be trying to get into.
So you were there in a little more of a professional capacity this last time. Did you find any time to network at all and get to mingle and get around and chat with some folks too, some other creators?
I did. It was pretty cool because there's people that I've met through Instagram and people that I've heard about through someone else, and all these local people that I know that their username is on Instagram and I've seen some of their stuff, but it was really cool to put some faces to the names and, trade comics and talk comics and be like, oh yeah, let's go grab a beer sometime and let's all go do something. And it's been really fun.
Awesome. Yeah. That's one of the funnest parts about cons is getting to hang out and meet new people and, find those like-minded creatives to bounce stuff off of. Did you end up giving away some more of the Batman zines, or are you all out of those?
I did give away the Batman zines. I am almost out of them. I think I got like 10 to 15 left. So
you're running low.
I know. Some of those will be coming with me this weekend to Fan Expo, and I'll hand those out to whoever I'm talking to with the rest of my stuff. But yeah, I'm almost out of those. So,
Sam, did you lose your cam connection? I think we might have lost Sam. Just you and me, buddy. Just us in here all alone. Oh, he dropped. We're in the hot seat, Clayton.
Oh man.
Here we go. Rapid fire questioning.
All right, I'm ready.
Nobody to save you. What Image books are you looking at these days? You
Yeah,
checking out Corpse Night or any of that stuff? Did you catch that one?
I know of it. I'm going to be anxiously waiting for the trade. I tend to be a trade reader these
I
days.
remember that. You're one of those guys.
Yeah, so I see all these books come out and I get really jealous that they're coming out
Yeah.
and that I have to wait. But Corpse Night looks great. I think Viking Moon just wrapped up, and
Yeah.
Vikings versus Werewolves is like a no-brainer for me. I would
For sure.
spend a ton of money on that. So I'm waiting for that. Interested in Void Rivals. I haven't picked that up at all yet, but out of the
Yeah, I
Energon
haven't
stuff,
picked that up. Yeah.
yeah, that one's
I
kind of the only
kinda-
one that's really piquing my interest at the moment.
I kind of fell off the Transformers after Daniel Warren Johnson got off of it and everything. I picked up the first issue when Kirkman and Dan Mora started their run on it, but I kind of fell off. I loved what Daniel was doing, even when he wasn't handling the art chores, because Jorge Corona was doing amazing work on there as well. And
yeah,
are you checking out that Lobo series?
I am
Again, waiting for the trade.
I picked up the first issue of that because Jorge lives in Denver and I've met him a couple times, and I'm planning to get that signed this weekend. So
he seems like a really nice dude from everything I've seen.
Yeah, he is a really nice guy. From the couple interactions I've had with him, he's been quite nice, quite lovely.
That's great. So, it's always great to hear.
Yeah,
it's great to hear when the Meet Your Heroes works out, right?
Oh yeah.
And is the Absolute stuff still resonating with you? Is it holding your attention? Are you still picking up Batman?
Yeah, so I'm still picking up Batman. I'm behind on that because trades. So I've read up through issue 14 when I actually recently read volume 2, and I was pretty blown away by the quality of that story and just the huge risks that it took. And so Absolute Batman's great. Absolute Martian Manhunter is also mind-bendingly amazing. That's probably my favorite comic book of recent memories, that book.
Yeah. Did you grab the Wonder Woman one too?
I don't have it yet.
Okay.
It's like the only one I don't have, but I'm a really big fan of Hayden Sherman's art. I recently read Into the Unbeing from Dark Horse that he put out, I think just before Wonder Woman, and that was visually such a really fun book to read with his colors, and his panel layouts are so different than what I'm used to.
Yeah. That one
I need to pick that up too.
That's like second to Batman, like as far as all the Absolute stuff I've read. That one really captivated me. I tried picking up the Absolute Martian Manhunter. I grabbed the first issue on that. It just was a little different. So for me, it's been Batman and Wonder Woman. But I heard the Absolute Martian Manhunter really picks up after the first few issues.
It does, yeah.
So I probably need to go back to that one and check it out. And
it might be one of those books that reads a little better as a trade. I literally blasted through the 6 issues in like an hour. I was so hooked on it. So
now they got the Absolute Green Arrow.
Oh yeah, was that last week?
I think that's either this week or last week. Yeah. Got a question in the chat here for you.
That is my fiance that's watching.
There you go.
Tonto. She's asking about Tonto. Tonto is a concept that I've been playing around with my brain about making a comic about a ninja and making it like an all silent comic. Sort of in the vein of Primal, like Gendy Tartakovsky's Primal, something like that. I think it would be such a fun kind of action oriented comic. So that's funny that she's asking that because she knows that's what's been on my mind.
I just got a text from Sam, and you'll never believe the reason he's not on here.
What is
What
it?
is it? It's detrimental. He spilled his drink on his laptop.
No.
Yeah.
That's
That
dang.
hurts. That hurts. I feel your pain, Sam. I'm sorry, buddy.
Sam.
That sucks. Oh man.
Yeah.
Can you put it
Hope
in
you got
rice like a
up
phone? Is that a possibility? Get a big bag of rice and
the
submerge it.
bucket. Yeah. Dang.
10-gallon bucket for the
Yep.
laptop. Man, poor Sam. Well, we're professionals, Clayton. We can hang and find, things we want to talk about for a little bit longer on here.
Oh yeah.
So, your lady brings up some good questioning. What are some future plans after Yellow Moon? Is it that, or do you have, I know how you guys are. You always got like 10 million ideas bouncing around in your head, and it's just a matter of you don't have time to get to all of them.
Yep.
Is there one that stands out more than others that you got knocking around in there?
There's a couple. So Tonto is one of them. I would really like to kind of tackle like a 1980s slasher movie kind of comic. I think that would be really fun.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I don't really know what that exactly means yet, but I think it'd be just a fun comic to write. Some sci-fi things are always percolating, and I'll always write another superhero story for Raymar, and whoever else honestly wants to make a zine, I'll write anybody a story. So
yeah, including yours truly.
Exactly. I was gonna say that.
Look at that.
So
yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, Lightwave. That's been fun.
Yeah, I'm glad that you liked it. It kind of took me a really long time to crack that.
You're very self-deprecating.
Oh yeah.
You're like, oh, I don't know, it's goofy. What I was like, no, this is great, man.
Good. I'm glad you liked it. But yes, I am a very sarcastic, self-deprecating guy.
Yeah, I've got the first page almost done. So I've been working on it on and off on our art live streams that we do on Sundays. So I've worked on it on there a couple of times, and
nice.
Yeah, super fun to draw. Like great descriptions of the characters and the action, and
nice. Yeah, I really kind of had you in mind when I was writing it, because I know that you really wanted a big fight scene.
Yes.
And so I was like, I would love to write a fight scene, but where do I write the story around the fight scene, and where does that come in? So that took a little while to figure out.
I love the narrative device of the dad being the one telling this story about something he witnessed as a kid and all of that, and the little twist in there, how you framed it and everything was really cool. So
yeah,
I'm excited to eventually get that completed and either just put it in one of Sam's anthology books or make a little zine or whatever,
Totally.
Oh, here we go. We got another question from one of your fans in the chat. Memory Token.
Yeah. Memory Token is a 10-page sci-fi story that I wrote last summer. I have it over here somewhere. Here it is.
Don't spill a drink on your computer and we'll be good.
So Memory Token is a sci-fi kind of a coming of age tale about a bunch of kids that live in a post-apocalyptic world, and they kind of wander around and survive. And the main plot of it is the main character, Tara. She is all these kids are talking about their parents who are gone and deceased. They don't know where they are. And someone asks her, Tara, what was your parents like? And she can't remember what her mom looks like, and it really bothers her, because how do you forget what your parents look like? Like that's usually something that's ingrained in every child's mind, and it really bothers her. And she kind of goes on this like wandering journey thinking about that. And there's a twist and a turn up in there about her necklace, which is called a memory token.
Okay.
And it leads to certain things, and
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, memory token. I had a lot of really good time I had a good time writing it. It was
Any plans to revisit it?
That's funny because a lot of people have asked me that. It was the main book that I sold at the con that I was at a few weeks ago, and
Okay.
I had a lot of really great feedback, and it was something I never thought that I would return to, but I had such great feedback from people that they want it, and I
Yeah,
think
look
I
at
probably
this.
will return it.
Issue
So
2, please.
yeah,
Including your lady. She says, get on it, man.
yeah. And the artist on that book is Elena Saraciola. She's amazing too. She's based out in Italy, and I found her just over Facebook of all places, and
Yeah.
she was really fun to work with. So like
You've
you
been
probably can't see it very well, but she has
I'm gonna give you the
really
big screen.
distinct art,
No, that's awesome.
very anime influenced. She has really great texture, and
Yeah.
it's really, again, every artist that I've worked with has really helped elevate my stories to.
I was gonna say you've been really blessed in working with a lot of amazing artists so early, early in this adventure. That's gotta be pretty cool to reach out to these people and have them want to collaborate with you, with such levels of talent that they have.
Yeah, I think I am really lucky with that. I think I can be a little picky about
Right.
what I'm looking for in an artist.
Yeah.
But usually it's always for the best reasons, just because I want someone who's working on a book with me for it to be our book together.
Right.
I want them to enjoy it as much as I enjoyed writing it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, you've kind of been curating and keeping tabs on people on IG and Facebook and whatnot.
Oh yeah, I
keep them in your back
really got a
pocket
list.
for when you come up with that idea that's suitable for them, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I mentioned before the stream that I got to interview the editor-in-chief of Todd McFarlane Productions today for the podcast, and I'm just going to put this out there to every aspiring creator, man. Those guys are looking at your social media accounts more than you know. Make sure, get your work out there. It is being seen. It's cool. Guys like not only Clayton Rozman, but Mr. Todd McFarlane is scrolling on his phone at 3 a.m. and texting his editor-in-chief, hey, this guy's art's cool. I go get him for a cover, or go get this person for this. So it's a really great way that up and coming creators can be found nowadays.
It is, and it's really the kind of one of the only tools that I knew to use when looking for someone to work with, because I don't have any contacts in the industry. I don't live in New York. I don't live in California. And so the internet, and especially Instagram and social media, has been the best way for someone to look for an artist and look for a writer. There's plenty of Facebook groups. So if people are looking for an artist or looking for a writer, and you can just scroll through that and look at people's portfolios. And that's what I've done with a lot of books.
Yeah. Now with Yellow Moon, how long? So you mentioned when you first started writing it and everything, and then getting over everything to the artist. How long has the artist been plugging away on it now?
Bruno has been plugging away on it since last summer.
Okay.
So he also teaches at a university in Italy. So that is his full-time job. So doing Yellow Moon is his off time, and he also recently had a baby. So his life
add everything in the mix.
His life is very full right now. So Yellow Moon is slowly coming along, but it is, I don't want him to get stressed out about a project like this when you have a kid and you have a job, and this is something that's for fun.
Yeah, for fun, and then not only that, but just the incredible level of quality of his work.
Yep. Yeah.
Maintaining that, you don't want to force that. Like that has to come from here. Like he needs to be in the right space to be able to produce that and uphold the bar, the high bar he's already set for himself with what
Yeah,
I've
and
seen so far.
yeah, he has very much set a high bar. I sent you the first issue, didn't I?
I believe so.
Okay, I couldn't
Yes.
remember if I did or not in time. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, we,
I'll have to double check though.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I'm gonna hold you to that if you didn't.
please. I think I did.
Yeah.
So if you don't have it,
I
I will
know
definitely
I
email it.
know, yeah, I'm pretty sure you did. Now here's the question. Did I have time to get around to looking at it though? I have a inkling of a memory of flipping through it and looking at the art, but I don't know that I
That is
read.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
you're
that's
a
kind of
busy
what
guy.
artists do.
Yeah,
We kind of look at the pretty pictures and we don't always read the story, you know. But I like to make sure with
yeah,
my writer friends that I give them the proper due and read it as well.
yeah. I'm curious to know what you think because I've talked about it with you for quite a bit now. So
Yeah.
it's cool that it's slowly coming alive and it's going to be out there soon and really
Well,
excited.
and I 100% remember reading your Batman zine, and
Yep.
that stuck with me. That's your take on Bane, like I told you before, was very unique, and I really liked the approach you took on that. So I think
Thank you.
that's
Yeah.
watching you grow as a writer and getting to work on all these different projects, and then seeing it also from the perspective of you writing something for me and getting a
Mhm.
peek behind the curtain was also really cool. And like
Yeah.
you're up here, man. Like I know you're self-deprecating, you're like a very humble guy, but the quality of your writing is very high caliber. So I'm
Definitely
really
appreciate it.
interested to see where you end up with all of this.
Thanks, James. Yeah. No, that makes
Yeah.
my day.
And we talked on the solo pod back when you were on ideal character that you would like to work on for the big two
Mhm.
if the opportunity were to ever arise. Is that stayed the same? Has it changed? Have you opened up to other possibilities than what we mentioned before?
Yeah, I think the answers probably changed a little bit just based on what I've been reading lately. Um, for DC, there's a character called the Warlord who is
Oh yeah, I know
created by
Warlord.
Mike
Yeah.
Grell, and I've been slowly working my way through that omnibus that just came out. And I think that is such a fun sword and sorcery book that DC doesn't have any sword and sorcery books right now,
Yeah.
and I would love to tackle something like that because it's such an underappreciated property, I think.
With
Uh,
Warlord, I picture the Bart Sears cover. I
totally,
knew
yeah,
Bart, he did a cover with Warlord. Yeah.
yeah. So Warlord's really fun, and just a guy wandering around half naked who has a sword and then a gun is kind of
Yeah.
just crazy.
Yeah.
So that I think Warlord would be really cool.
Okay, so that's a DC one.
Yep.
What if Marvel came knocking at the door?
Oh yeah. If Marvel came knocking at the door, I think. Let me look at my Marvel shelf.
There you go.
um, hmm. I think my answer right now would be Spider Girl.
Oh, I could see that.
The
Yeah.
Mayday Parker comic
Yeah.
from the mid 2000s. I
Yep.
really enjoyed that book, and I think there's a million Spider characters out there right now. What's
Hmm.
one more? You know.
Yeah.
So, and I think the daughter of Peter Parker and Mary Jane is so cool. So
Well, and it also gives the opportunity to do something unique because it is
exactly.
a newer character than if you're doing the main Spider-Man book or something like that. There's so many stories that have already been done with that character, or even, if you
Mhm.
did something with Miles or something like that, a lot of those stories have been told. Whereas if you take a character like her, you could come up with so many different unique scenarios and ways to go with it. So I
Definitely.
think I think that's smart to choose some territory that hasn't been treaded on, too
Yeah.
much,
Yeah.
because there's no shortage of Spider-Man books.
No, there's so
Right
many.
up there
And
with Batman books and
exactly.
Superman titles and everything else.
Yep. And people buy them, and that is something, if you want to be a pro, sometimes you do have to be aware of, is what are people buying. It's not, I don't necessarily write at all about what I think people would buy. I write
Yeah.
for me, first of all. And if people like it, I think that's great. And I'm really humbled about that. But people do tend to gravitate towards what's selling, and that's something you sort of have to keep in mind sometimes.
Yeah, 100%. But you also have to stay true to yourself as a
Yes.
creator. So, for you, I have a feeling you could be very fulfilled just doing your own stories and doing
Definitely.
Kickstarters and all of that. Like, would it be a cool resume piece to do something for a bigger publisher? Of course.
Of
Like
course.
everybody has that dream that's, thought of working in the comics industry, because like that's kind of the I made it moment, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, I got a gig for Marvel, I got a gig for DC, but there's so many different viable pathways these days for aspiring creators to get work, and it's legitimate
Yeah.
work.
I think so much has changed even compared to 10 years ago about what the comics scene is these days.
Yeah.
I think Kickstarter has exploded. We've seen the rise of Webtoon and vertical scrolling platforms, which is definitely a contender right now, as well as, there's the extreme world of manga and
Yeah.
everything that's going on there, and web comics, and there's social media comics out there of people who have an Instagram page, and that's
Totally.
their comic book.
Yeah,
So
and there's still people doing great stuff on Webtoon and all of
exactly.
that.
So
Yeah.
I think it's really exploded. And I guess if I had any advice to offer, is if you want to make a comic, nothing is really stopping you. You can make a
Yeah.
zine, you can put it online, you can do really whatever. It's sort of, what do you want to get out of it, is I think what you're gonna kind of run up against, is
Yeah.
whatever you want to get out of it is how you should put it out into the world.
Well, speaking of putting it out into the world, we're going to put this on here as well. Pre-launch for Flesh and Steel, since we know you got some work in there. You're going to make sure everybody goes out and supports that. I want everybody to click the link in the chat from earlier for your pre-launch for Yellow Moon.
Yep.
So they can keep track. I've been putting your socials up on here. I put your website up on here.
Cool. Thank you.
Is there anything else that you want to let everybody know about before we wrap up today, Clayton?
Yeah, let's see. I mean, so Yellow Moon is pre-launching next Tuesday. It'll be Kickstarter/Yellow Moon. We'd be really grateful if anyone signed up. It's going to be coming soon, and we are extremely proud of it. Flesh and Steel is coming this August, I believe. And then Brunson and I are going to be doing a Punisher zine sometime this fall too. So I know the year's kind of stacking up.
Busy year, man. It's a busy year.
And I'm really happy about it, really proud of it, really humbled with it. And so just check out Instagram. That's where I post everything.
Hey, I'm happy to see you doing it, man. And it's really cool to see you have that creative fire in you, and you're out there doing the thing, man. In your not so spare time.
No. Yeah. I'm getting married in 3 weeks. So it's
congrats, man.
Thank you. So life is definitely crazy right now.
And she's obviously supportive of what you're doing, because she's in the chat telling you, motivating you, wanting to see the next big project. So that's something really special. I couldn't be more happy for you. And I just appreciate you making the time to come on here tonight.
Yeah. Thanks, James. As always, I'm super happy to be here. Really appreciate
My pleasure, man. Anytime. And prayers up for Sam's laptop.
Yeah. RIP.
I just texted him, put it in a bucket of rice. He said he's spilled it on his mic receiver as well.
Dang.
Not good. So even if he was, he probably wouldn't be able to talk to us, even if the laptop was working.
Yeah. It might sound like a robot.
Just means we got to get you back on here again.
That's okay. I would always be happy to.
Awesome, buddy. Well, listen, great chatting with you. And make sure you reach out if you want to come back on the solo pod when the Kickstarter officially launches so we can get the word out to everybody. Let's make it happen, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Thanks for stopping in tonight. Stop in every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific time. Michael Gardner, you have a great night too. Look at that. Michael Gardner's in here every week. Awesome, guys.
Nice.
Take care. See you next time.
Thanks.